This is NewsBreak26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. A woman was found deceased following a fire in Penfield. The Eastern Charlotte Fire Department and Ambulance New Brunswick were first on the scene Wednesday evening and received assistance from fire crews in Musquash, St. Andrews, and St. Stephen. According to Staff Sergeant Jeffrey Peters of the St. Stephen RCMP, St. George RCMP responded to the blaze at an apartment building on Bryans Road shortly after 6:20 p.m. on May 14th. Sadly, a 73-year-old woman was discovered deceased inside the residence. An autopsy has been scheduled to determine the exact cause of death. While the investigation into the cause of the fire is still ongoing, police say foul play is not suspected. The Canadian Red Cross is now working alongside the fire department to provide support to those affected. The Multicultural Association of Charlotte County is also asking for community assistance, providing for a newcomer family displaced by the fire. CHCO will continue to follow this story. The unofficial start to summer kicked off in St. Andrews this past weekend with a beloved local festival. For more on this, here is CHCO's Lukas Kohler.
St. Andrews came alive over the weekend with the return of the annual Paddlefest Music and Nature Festival.
First of all, music is an emotion, right? Everyone feels stuff when they listen to music, and then when it's live in person, it's almost like it bonds us all together. It builds community, actually, live music, so yeah.
A staple of the town's cultural calendar for nearly 3 decades, Paddlefest draws visitors from near and far to celebrate music, art, and the great outdoors. This year's lineup featured more than 50 artists over 4 days, with a mix of headliners and local talent taking the stage.
An escape from the, not that lives are mundane, because a lot of people probably have great lives, but it's an escape from what usually you're doing from day to day, and hopefully be able to let loose a little bit, and hopefully it rattles something inside of you that you maybe don't even know needs rattling. You know what I mean?
For nature lovers, the festival also offered a range of outdoor activities, from the wharf-to-wharf run and kayaking expeditions to stand-up paddleboarding clinics and beach cleanups. On Sunday, a funeral for the bay was held on the wharf to acknowledge eco-grief for the species no longer living in the Bay of Fundy.
As someone who's worked in conservation for 10 years or so, I've faced a lot of feelings of loss and sadness when thinking about animals that we no longer see, or places that have changed due to climate change. As I think that's a big part of community and organizing, is bringing all those people together so they can show up for each other, but also build relationships and work together to get to that restoration that we all hope to see.
The funeral was also a call to action for participants to advocate to protect the environment. Lukas Kohler, NewsBreak26, St. Andrews.
Thanks, Lucas. Finally, Councillor Earl Eastman has sadly died. Elected in 2023, Eastman served as the representative for Ward 3 in the municipal district of St. Stephen, a rural area he was proud to call home. A veteran of the Canadian Armed Forces and a passionate motorcycle enthusiast, he brought a no-nonsense presence to the council table and was never afraid to ask the tough questions. He'll be remembered for his unwavering service, his distinctive voice, and his deep commitment to both community and country. St. Croix MLA Kathy Baucus shared these words in the legislature on Friday.
I have spoken with his widow, Charlene, or Charlie as she is known to friends and family. Charlie is also a veteran. Charlie said how tragic it was for Earl to survive 3 conflicts overseas, only, to use her words, to be taken out by a stroke. She spoke of Earl's dedication to his country, his family, and his community. Earl had a 33-year career in the military as a trained technologist in the electrical and mechanical engineering field. As a councillor, Earl promoted fiscal restraint, good governance, emergency preparedness, and was a staunch proponent of transparent and accountable government.
We miss you, Earl. That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and online exclusives, visit CHCO and the Courier online at CHCO.TV.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.